Hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Pfister Comet S2, retailing for $1.9 or $1.4 million, depending on how well you're doing at the LS Street Meet, don't you know? And we're going to take this vehicle out. This is the unupgraded version, ladies and gentlemen, and Mr. Raccoon in the green S2 there, in the upgraded version. We're going to be taking it out on the street and seeing how she handles. Okay, what's up, Daisy, Mr. Raccoon? Watch what the sodding hell you're doing, won't you, old boy, for God's sake, you know? Okay, so first impressions, ladies and gentlemen. I must point out, stress this is the unupgraded version. The handling, ladies and gentlemen, lacking, it's very heavy, ladies and gentlemen, and very sluggish for a Comet, particularly for a Pfister Comet there, one would expect it to be rather sharper with the handling, but it is very heavy, very wallowy. Okay, stability, ladies and gentlemen, not too bad, as you can see, not too bad, And whoops, it is Mr. Raccoon Sonic now, right? Okay, well, we'll give us a chance to have a look at that acceleration again, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not too bad, ladies and gentlemen, not too bad. I'm going to have a look at the top-end speed as you come down there. And okay, yes, there we go. We're actually sort of flying along there, ladies and gentlemen. Sort of, it's appreciable. Certainly, we're going to try to take this sharp left-hand corner. And yeah, we're around there with absolutely no problem whatsoever. Now, it's not bad steering, you must understand. Whoops, that Daisy, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not perhaps as sharp as the Comet SR there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so be that as it may or may not be, we're going to bring it on back to here to our Maze Bank offices, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to send it on inside the custom auto shop. Okay, and here we go. We're going to take it on inside, and of course we're going to go and have the upgraded version sort of modified and whatnot. Okay, now it should be pointed out, ladies and gentlemen, this is the standard review, not the full review, so we'll be carrying out the more performance-related modifications, don't you know? I will be focusing primarily on the more aesthetic modifications that can be affected to this vehicle. And also, ladies and gentlemen, of course, as always, during this section of the video, we will be going at double speed, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, as no one wants to sit around for too long in somebody else's custom auto shop watching them modify their vehicle. The whole purpose of this particular section, ladies and gentlemen, is just to give you an idea of what modifications can be affected to the vehicle in terms of aesthetic stylings. Okay, so that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what can one say about the Pfister Comet, the unupgraded version? Well, like I say, acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, not too bad, but not breathtaking. Top-end speed, once again, is appreciable. It's certainly not slow, Handling, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid it's where it all goes wrong for this, We do sort of turn to Pfister Comets for rather good handling, It's what we expect. And, yes, we're certainly lacking on this one, which is somewhat of a disappointment, I have to say. Okay, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, what is it? Top-end speed, stability, acceleration, handling, I think that's about it. Braking, ladies and gentlemen, not much to go. It's perfectly acceptable braking, ladies and gentlemen, nothing wrong there. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen, we have modified the vehicle. You can see the paint going through the paint job now, and we finished there. We're going to take it out onto the street, ladies and gentlemen, and see how she handles. Okay, now this is the fully modified version, of course, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Mr. Raccoon in the green there, myself in the pink. Both of us in the Comet S2, ladies and gentlemen. Both have been fully modified across the board. We're going to see how she handles. So, yes, in terms of acceleration, whoops, that Daisy's sorting out, Mr. Raccoon. We both go flying off a little bit. Okay, so acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, here we go. Okay, so like I say, appreciable, not mind-bending, top-end speed, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming around here, you can see once again, whoops, there's a sorting hell, right, okay, bloody hell. Yes, top-end speed, ladies and gentlemen, is not too bad. We're going to have a look at the handling as we come around hard right now, ladies and gentlemen, provided you give it enough braking. Yes, we get around there perfectly good order, ladies and gentlemen, so one more chance to have a look at that top-end speed now as we fly down the street, and you can see it really is moving, so this is upgraded, ladies and gentlemen, and that's certainly no slouch, I'm sure you'll agree. So yes, it is rather good in that regard. I'm going to try a top speed this corner, and absolutely shocking, didn't give it enough braking. That really is rather a shame. Okay, so once this vehicle has been upgraded, ladies and gentlemen, it's got good acceleration, good handling, poor handling, so good acceleration, good top speed, or relatively shoddy handling, ladies and gentlemen. The braking is perfectly acceptable, nothing to write home about there, nothing to complain about either. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to send them on to the top speed test track, don't you know, and here we go, we want the pink and the green Comet S2, we're going to send them down and see what they get, Now, just to give you an indication, ladies and gentlemen, what we consider to be a competitive time for this stretch of track is 54 seconds, 53, 54 for the same as the Zentorno, what we consider broadly competitive, and what we're going to get for the Comet S2 is 54 seconds. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, broadly competitive. So we're going to sing that now, send it on up to Sandy Shores, ladies and gentlemen, to see how competitive it is in the real world. Now we're putting it first of all against the Pfister Comet Standard at $100,000, or you can pull it off the street anywhere on the GTA map, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I'm sure you'll agree that really is rather disconcerting. Mr. Raccoon and myself were chortling away when we decided to pull out the Pfister Comet to start with, ladies and gentlemen. We thought it was very, very funny. Right up until this point, around about now, and then we both started to shed a bitter tear, ladies and gentlemen, because we both spent over $1 million on this vehicle, and the Comet at $100,000 has just taken it down, and that really is rather disconcerting. Okay, so that leads us on to the next question, ladies and gentlemen. Is there a single Comet out there, of course, that this S2 can take down? And the answer is going to be no. If we can't take down the standard Comet, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to stand a chance against the SR, which is what we've brought out now. So this is the Pfister Comet SR, ladies and gentlemen, retailing of $1.1 million. Don't you know? A little slip over 1.14, I think, something like that. And it's the S2 retailing of 1.4 or 1.9, depending on how much you spend, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, yes, the Pfister Comet is far superior vehicle there. It's crossing the line miles and miles ahead of the S2, so yes, rather a disappointment, I'm sure you'll agree. Okay then, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing it on to the next Pfister, another $1.1 million. This is the Pfister 811, a rather fancy car, you know, but it has to be said, both the 811 and the Pfister Comet SR are very, very fine vehicles, you know, for the money, certainly well worth getting. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the Pfister 811 is going to make short work of the Pfister Comet S2 there. So yes, the Pfister Comet S2, ladies and gentlemen, at sort of 0.3 million, or sort of 300,000 to sort of $800,000 cheaper, is more expensive, I should say, is miles behind the 811. That really is rather disappointing. Okay, so we're going to wrap things up, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Mr. Raccoon likes to refer to as Big Daddy Z. This is the Pegassi Zentorno, ladies and gentlemen, a retailing for a price of $725,000, and in our opinion on this channel, you know, one of the finest cars on GTA Online for the money. Certainly not top tier anymore, ladies and gentlemen, by no consideration, but for the money, it is absolutely the best car you can buy on GTA Online as far as we are concerned. I have 3 of them myself, you know now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, either way, the Zentorno is going to absolutely smash the brains out of the S2 there, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what it's got it done. So we're going to bring it on to the final masquerade, ladies and gentlemen. It is, of course, the Grotti Italia RS6, and of course, the Grotti Italia RS6 is going to absolutely destroy the S2. And so, perhaps take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to point out the fact that all of the other cars are being driven by Mr. Raccoon. You know, he does have a channel of his own. It is called the Bromby. He's called the Bromby. The channel is called the Bromby. If you find the Bromby into YouTube, you should be able to go and find his channel. I've got some other good videos on there. Okay, Raccoon plugs aside, ladies and gentlemen, we're back into the race, and as you can see, the RS6 is already crossing the line around about now, and we haven't come around the dog leg yet, so there we go. Now there is one more point to address, ladies and gentlemen, with this S2, and a lot of the most recent vehicles to be released can be taken down to the LS, the street races, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, yes, the LS street races there, and if one chooses to take your car inside, these more modern vehicles can be upgraded and given a particular set of tires, ladies and gentlemen. So go down the wheels, go down the tires, and you can go there to the low grip tires, and that is going to make them extremely fast, ladies and gentlemen. The only problem is it reduces the traction and makes their handling absolutely terrible. To prove this point, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very, very fast car going down the LSI straight down. This is the Benefactor Krieger. Anyone who may know, this really is a very, very fine car. We've got the S2 there now with low grip tires, and as you can see, yes, it's sailing past the Krieger, ladies and gentlemen. It really is incredibly fast, ladies and gentlemen. And these low slick tires, ladies and gentlemen, they can be added to not just the S2, but the Vector and all sorts of the Casico or whatever it was. I got no idea. The Calico was it? I got no idea. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, the same thing happens every time. You know, you put on the low grip tires, it performs means they don't get off the line so fast, but when they do get going, my God, do they go? Look at that. Okay, the only problem, ladies and gentlemen, the major problem with them is cornering. Okay, so you think, well, okay, so if the S2 is beating the Krieger, ladies and gentlemen, it's the fastest car, surely, it's going to be able to take down the RS6, fastest car in the game. No. The simple truth is, in a straight line, yes, of course, it is actually going to take down all of these other cars, but the moment you put a corner into the mix, ladies and gentlemen, whereas the RX coming out grounded with no problem whatsoever. If we take a look behind us, yes, that's Mr. Raccoon flying off into the sand. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Once you put those super slick tires on, ladies and gentlemen, they are very fast cars, but they are absolutely unmanageable, you know. And just to give you an idea of what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you're looking at from the viewpoint of somebody driving that S2, I've hopped in now. Mr. Raccoon is back there in the sand behind me. He's going to give himself a sort of handicap style, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have a look at the extremely slow acceleration with these slick tires. Yes, there we go. Absolutely awful acceleration. So you put the slick tires on and you lose handling and acceleration. And you lose acceleration. You think, well, you've lost a lot of acceleration there. Wait till you see how much handling you've lost, ladies and gentlemen. You've lost virtually no acceleration. Here we go, trying to get around the corner, and yes, the car will sort of pivot on its axis, but it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, and even this sort of slight dogleg bang, ladies and gentlemen, just a slightest little bump, and off we go. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those super slick tires really don't make the car any more competitive, you know. So the question is, ladies and gentlemen, is the vehicle worth buying for $1.4 or $1.9 million? Why don't you show them, Mr. Raccoon? You know, getting a grenade out, old boy. And yes, there we go. As Mr. Raccoon says, this is one more's mutual can keep. Sodding hell, bloody Raccoon. Yes, well, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you very much for watching.